Here we go.
This is the 2 versus 2 Masters Cup.
Hello there and welcome back in this best of 3 series. We're currently watching the guys in the south, that's Angry Dutchman and Elpern, who are 1-0 up in the series. So they're the guys on the left, there we go. Is that done? And it is the first of 2, so they could win it right here, right now on Hell's Outskirts. We've got Elpern electing to go as the Soviets, and his teammate, Dutchman, going as the Brits. Now, the Brits, of course, were touted in Game 1 as their possible nightmare fuel for the Company Heroes 2 versus 2 scene. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe it needs a better Brit player, I just don't know. Look at this! Nice work from the Sturm Pioneers, blocking out that garrison. Get excited for little bits of tactics like that. This is Stalingrad playing as the Sturm Pioneers. Well, the OKW with the Sturm Pioneers, rather. His teammate, as seen in Game 1, is G.Dot. Electing to go Wehrmacht. Well, he's not really got much choice, to be honest. It's more who's going to go as OKW, who's going to go as Wehrmacht, because this is mixed factions, 2 versus 2. Just having a bit of coffee. I need coffee, because that first game was an absolute barnstormer. 50 minutes of awesomeness. Conscripts en masse. We do have a double combat engineer build though. I mean, that's pretty logical. Especially for 2 versus 2, a lot of mines need to be planted, a lot of mines need to be swept, of course. But he may be going for a support weapon compania based build, which would mean there's good reason for it. Worker battle here. Tale as old as time. Combat engineers versus pioneers. Pioneers don't quite jump into the close quarters quickly enough, and they lose a model because of it. That's reaction times in RTS, and that's possibly why he's going to lose this one. Meanwhile, in the south, Grenadiers and MG42. Conscripts. Let's check out the other 2 armies in this battle. Both Grenadiers versus Tommies over here, behind the log pile also. And a little bit of just waiting. Waiting for the French Grenadiers to get into position so he can attack from 2 sides. That's pretty smart by the Dutchman. That is very angry. Engineer positioning. Grenadiers also. French Grenadiers, pushing forward. This cutoff is so easy to take, it seems. As soon as you win this engagement, you can just launch yourself forward. Almost as though the Allies always need a Vickers or a Maxim just watching over this area in the early game. It just seems that you're able to defend this cutoff up here, which is the northern spawn equivalent, a little bit more easily. First, Panzer Schlepper coming to the field. I wonder where he's going to go. It's a 4 Tommy build from the Dutchman. Combat engineers against Grenadiers. For some reason behind medium cover. There you go, that's better. Green cover's healthy, it's good for you, I promise. Conscripts. Heavily punished. Fine. Well, combat engineers are slowly losing in the north. We have been a bit north biased so far, but I just think a lot of garrison usage in the south has meant we are more focused up there. Overwatch flares ignited. Sensing its arrival there. That's the amount of vision it gives you. Just look at that, it's huge. I've kept these Grenadiers away from their fuel for way too long. G.Dot has been really up against the pressure that is green cover, so he's now going to try and kill the combat engineers on retreat to make up for not having fuel for so long. Pretty vengeful and spiteful stuff. Here he goes. One down. If he gets away, he's a legend because he's just denied fuel for ages. Oh, one more shot and he dies. Hero of the Radina. Maxim. Garrison starting to heat up in the south, perhaps. We do have only one commander chosen. It is, of course, Overwatch. And the JLIs are now seeing their first combat. Going to jump in the garrison, which, of course, is unoccupiable from the southern position. Is that a cheeky demo? Oh, it is. Well placed as well behind the tree line there. It's very difficult to spot. Often you see a demo. We'll have to keep a real good eye on that. As soon as you see pink guys pushing eastward, tell me. We'll get on demo watching duty. Shadowlink, who's a referee in chat, just said, wow, JLI, never seen those. It is indeed incredibly exciting. Unheard of, the OKW player making use of the Jaeger light infantry. What's this unheard of as an American? Ironic humour. Ooh, casting shade there. Not really, just joking. It's not very good though when a streamer casts shade, because you really can't give it back as easily. And that's why I look forward to casting with Tyro in next week and the week after. It's always good to have a second voice. Some good banter to and fro. Nice work. By G.Dot. He gets suppressed and he flanks, forces him away.
Fresh mortar crew has arrived.
Mortar's coming out. We didn't see a Wehrmacht mortar last game. It was all about the rocket artillery. And if I remember correctly, G.Dot and Stalingrad were going for the soft indirect fire. And it was Dutchman and Elpern that didn't bother with the soft stuff. They went straight on the hard stuff. The Class A indirect fire. The stuff that's banned in every state except Utah. Maybe it's because he's a Dutchman. Could be. Netherlands very liberal about these kind of things. Conscripts on a nice flank there. Grenadiers watch on. They know it's happening, but they can't do much about it. However, his compatriots have had to be forced away thanks to excellent positioning. That was just a unfortunate situation for Elpern. Now defending this position. JLIs, however, are more than a match for him. Oh, and here we go. We've got the ISG. So they're saying all that about no soft AT, but we're certainly seeing some. Oh no, that's right. Yeah, it was these guys that were all about the soft AT last game. Or from mortar and an ISG. Could it be that Axis are just for these players their preferred faction? Keep an eye on the demo. Should be able to momentarily glance it, but I mean, you select. Oh, here we go. That's one dead grenadier. Oh no, is it? He's not going in. He's in ambush instead. Ambush mode. Okay, and the Maxim should fire. Ah, there you go. He's dead. Bye bye. First, well, second squad wipe. It was a combat engineer, now a grenadier. I haven't really watched the south enough. I do, have to forgive me for that. Preemptive pack gun coming out for G.Dot. Don't want to get into the position they were in last time. AC out for the Angry Dutchman. So it's a tale of anti-tank options for non-existent light armor at this point in time. Actually seen much light armor play at all. Change the title cards over so you can get a grasp of who's fighting for the north. This is the north. Be forced away. Oh, he's going to go for the ISG. That's really risky, but the AC is there to give smoke cover. He, however, temporarily blocks the support weapon. That's a nice steal. I said these guys weren't about the light indirect fire, but they certainly are if they can steal it. Nice contingent of Soviet infantry forces their way forwards. They've also got a T-70 to help out also. Grenadiers. He needs to body block there. That's what a Polish player would have done. And famous for it. We've got the Poles well represented in this tournament as of next weekend. Captain S. Price flying the flag.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
42. Just dominating the north, just like it did the last game. Maxim not being able to do the same. The T-70, though, is now in position. Conscripts are relaying the position of the Grenadiers. Maybe it should have gone around this side, though, to take advantage of the directional cover. Meanwhile, in the centre, Stalingrad dominating the garrisons as you would expect him to, given his namesake. Watch flare ignited as the infantry section pushes up the western side of the map. Plants its sandbags. T-70 gets a kill, just enough to force away those Grenadiers. Amazing to me that we're not seeing Panzer Grenadier based builds. Seems that the utility of the Grenadiers in a 2 versus 2 confrontation seems to warrant the Fausts, the rifle nades, that kind of thing. A little bit more packed, condensed. Maybe the shot value of the Panzer Grenadiers isn't quite as valuable. Elsewhere in the west, the Pioneers, Foot Grenadiers, Bulldozer Sherman chassis offering itself up. There's a nice Mills bomb there. Didn't quite do enough to keep the situation in Allied occupied hands. Stolen ISG of the Dutchman, causing problems, and we just had a rebuild for Stalingrad. That feels bad. Maybe we'll get this one stolen too. Combat engineers. The battle with 3 kills, and the Guards rifles with the DP light machine guns not popping quite in time. They're almost there. They are building. Oh, by the T-70. Keeping northern fuel control for the time being. There you go, the DPs did pop. See that? Sorry, my overlay covers that bit. I'll have to keep that in mind. Not super necessary to have it covering that aspect. We'll have to look at that. Grenadiers and Pioneer compatriots. Much like the Soviets going into battle, 2 infantry sections with the flamethrower unit also. It's now the Soviets' turn, Elpern's turn to defend. He's got his Maxim in position. Another Schwerpanzer Leopard coming down. There you go, that's... Oh! Base barrage. Causing issues. On target there, keeping victory point control. And don't forget, in pretty much every situation, we're going to have faction control for the team of G.Dot. I just had a complete brain malfunction. I'm just going to own up to that. Most of the time I just roll with the punches and say something else, but this time literally it was the AEX stopped working. Oh, nice takeout in the north there thanks to the incendiary rounds. Good work there. Well, I suppose poor work from Elpern not to see it in time. They are 1-0 up. They had an excellent first game. And as I was trying to say, they will have faction control in nearly every situation in the Ace Game Decider. AE.X has been rebooted and is now working once more. Conscripts attaining Veterancy 2. Good position. Guards haven't really made their mark quite yet, but there are some low health Grenadiers that are backpedaling away, so they may just happen. Here we go. AEC and a Valentine coming into battle. Got Schwer's already low on health. This is an excellent find by the angry Dutchman. He's ferocious. What a find. 120 fuel. What 120 fuel? Good work there. We do have a Rakettenwerfer taking out one of the vehicles. However, the AC is going to go the long way around back to base and will be safe. Great work by TAD and Elpern. You can already rebuild the Valentine. It's such a cheap tank. You can't build them en masse anymore, but you can just chain build them and just keep one on the battlefield at any one time. Here it comes immediately. Scourge of mid-2018, the Valentine, of course. Good grenade. Lobbed. And the Dutchman will be forced away for that squad at least. What's keeping G.Dot from getting into the north? Like, it's these conscript squads. Keeping pegged back for too long, it would seem.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
Kill one Valentine, another one will take its place almost immediately. 200 points remain for G.Dot and Stalingrad. They've had an excellent game one, and they battled back, don't forget. The end of game one was very, well, it wasn't close because the victory point count of TAD and Elpern was always quite high. But in terms of trying to finish the game off, it was a bit of a struggle. I believe the Angry Dutchman in particular lost a lot of squads. As did Elpern, actually. They just went squad loss crazy towards the end of game one. Let's see what's going to happen in this one, though. Tommy's lob a Mills bomb and able to keep that western flank. Meanwhile, in the north, here comes G.Dot. Getting back in there. Combo engineer is possibly about to die to the double LMG 42 combo. There you go. 84 LMGs of wanton devastation. Nice, this barrage. He's getting on that victory point because they've dropped 50 in the blink of an eye, it seems. Jaeger's up to 10 kills. Or incendiary round fire. Causing issues for the Zisgun. Got another demo here, so popular flanking route. One you might see a little bit too late because you don't get a chance to see that particular patch of the map from the western position very easily. Getting both with some decent shots.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to
This,
take one of our points.
Oh, Ostwind's now out. They're buffed Ostwind. This could give G.Dot the momentum he needs, perhaps. Wait and see. Right. Oh! He tried to dodge it, but he couldn't quite get away. Have a little bit of coffee.
At your service, Elpern.
Sexton's out. The TAD. That's what I say. These guys are like hard indirect fire. They don't mess around with the soft stuff. Just a stolen ISG. Fine there. Nice shot from the mortar. Actually finish off the grenadier. Osprey nearly pushed him into it. Sexton's firing. What a first shot! Takes out the ISG with his first shot. Will destroy the weapon. Just about caught that. My tactic as a caster is always to look at the artillery piece to figure out the direction it's firing. And then you can follow it. Actually, it makes for a good visual sometimes too, but it'll be recrewed. It'll be recrew! Might need recrewing again. I think that's the last shot, is it? No! That's awesome. That's great.
Command half-track has been permanently established as a static post.
Still recrewable though, just got like only one wheel. Oh, here it comes. The AEC, don't know why. They can just close this game out at this point, but they're trying to be entertaining. They're trying to have a very violent approach. Oh, here comes the Command Valentine.
100 points remaining.
Back 40 with a nice shot. Osvin running heavy retreat. Valentine. Oh, dear me. Hey, he saves the day nearly. With a Stuka strafe. How is that tank still living? Tommy's all being forced away, but there's another one pegging the Fox Grenadiers back and away from this victory point. Green cover is so powerful. This, by the way, is the sector assault from Stalingrad. Needs to get into the central victory point or push to the east. He's going to go for both simultaneously. That demo, by the way, was detonated. I don't quite know what he got with that. Grenade thrown. Oh, nice one there. Realise we've only gotten still 10 kills. That's just not enough for an elite unit. Meanwhile, in the north, the Maxim's taking that victory point too. This will really mean doom for our team of G.Dot and Stalingrad. Battled strong, they battled hard. Sexton. In base? The base exit. Oh, yes, it's in base indeed. Battle group headquarters. Not a bad idea. Fox Grenadier retreats just in time to die. There he goes. The shot's coming in. Is it going to land here? Next one, perhaps? Come on. Give us that juicy shot. Let's check out this situation. Look at this from the conscripts. They're just throwing their lives on the line. But the central victory point is currently unoccupied. We really need to think about getting there. And this game doesn't even seem to be close at this rate. We are, of course, going to look... If this game's over, and then, as we think in the next couple of minutes, we will go into one more game. See what's on the in-game lobby. Osvin going for a crush there. They need to, but there's no units coming from behind. It's like a penal battalion died there, seemingly. 9 points remain. These guys seem resigned to defeat. Pack 40 pushes in. Combat engineers want to get there. It's getting close. It's getting close. Look at that drop. Oh, he gets 1 foot over the line and wins the game. Nice work. The Angry Dutchman and Elpern.
This is the 2 versus 2 Masters Cup.
Nice. Nice game one, certainly. But you can clearly see that, you know, Elpern and the Angry Dutchman might actually give Nagano and Scotch a run for their money next week. Can't far who co-cast. We've got Tightrope coming next week. This is just an impromptu stream. It's not an organised one. I think it's open streaming today, so anybody can have a crack. And I had trouble just getting my. I am gay, Luciano. That's my boyfriend on the commentary. There's nothing wrong with that. Open cast, an iCab co-cast. I was thinking of asking iCab actually, but it's just also, I did ask DevM. I thought DevM and I worked really well for the Elite Showdown. We all cast the game together. That's a cool idea. Maybe I can put like an Twitch chat to a thingy. Why are you gay? Because Vladimir Putin said it was the way to be. He high IQ 2 versus 2 player. Don't know what you're referring to. It's time. Oh, I've got a few of these little videos I've made now. These Stinger videos. I've made a few. I'll have to show you the ones I've made. Some of them are really bad. Some of them are good. Does anyone remember this? This one. Oh, that was a good one. I just basically steal from things from the in-game. Oh.
Victory is ours.
Like, people don't appreciate how much that goes into that. It looks so shit. But honestly, it takes a while. You just have to believe me. Ooh, we all remember this one from... I've got one of me for Momo as well. We'll get onto that in a second. I need to be quick, sorry. There might be a great game. It might just be starting. Hang on. I've just reloaded, Co. I could get egotistical and only think of myself. All my viewers. God, a lot of it's over already. Yeah. Like we've got a lot of games over. Oh, Beichi's game's still going. Give that a go, couldn't we? Oh, it starts in 3 minutes. There we go. We've got Beichi and Justin versus Markov and Nima Frog. That's cool. We'll watch that. Beichi is an honorary member. I don't want to say this, it sounds bad, but it's always, it's cool. I like when you get female players because you don't get many of them. I won't make any jokes about it. Wait with that. Why would I wait with it? Play the song. There's problems with the series. Kotu Taxman, I've known Kotu since 2013. Well, duh. Well, I do really like, you know. I'm here to talk about myself, though, of course. It's the only one I can see, though. Tell me what the problems are. Go to